How's it going, everybody? It's been a while. I've been thinking about making this video for a while. I thought it'd be fun to go over my Blu-ray collection and just talk about each movie that I have, my experience with that movie, if I've seen it or not. And yeah, I think it'll just be fun just to go over, what collection I have and what I haven't talked about yet. I think it might be fun. And I'm gonna go through it in alphabetical order. And I'm gonna cheat at one point because there is a DVD in there, not a quote unquote Blu-ray. It's a regular DVD. It's just one movie though, and I just think it looks nice up there with the rest of the movies though. So let's start off alphabetical order because that's how I alphabetize my movies. Um, well, at first it's just live action, mainly live action movies. Um, some animated movies. I have an entire section of anime films, but they're all steelbooks. They're mainly steelbooks, but they're in a separate section, so I'll talk about that later. But first, let's start off with Avengers Infinity War. Now, I love this movie. I just rewatched it for the first time in quite a few years the other day. I went back home to do work on some stuff, and my ex got this for me for Christmas the year it came out in 2018. And I remember seeing this the day it opened with my grandma. Rest in peace, grandma. We both loved this movie. It was great. Um, I absolutely love Infinity War. I think it is possibly the best superhero movie ever because of how fully realized it is. I love how it never loses sight of what it's supposed to be. It's fun, it's action packed, it has stakes. It's it's incredible. I love this film. I give it an A plus, all the time. I think it's absolutely fantastic. All the action scenes are great. The special effects are top notch, except a few characters. The Corvus Glaive and that one lady, Thanos' children. Those two characters don't look so hot all the time, especially that one lady. I forget her name. Midnight, whatever. I don't know. They never really say. They don't say her name in the movie at all. That's funny. They don't say those characters' names. Ebony Maw, I think, like the guy who uses magic and whatever. He Thanos just says, "Oh, the Maw is dead, huh?" Yeah. So, but the lady, her CG doesn't look so hot. It looks like she belongs in Ready Player One, which has good CG, but going for something completely different. They're supposed to look. They're supposed to look like video game characters. But all in all, I love Infinity War. Great action. It's dreadful. It's haunting because of how what they do with the stakes in this film. It doesn't feel like other superhero films. There are consequences. I love it. It has a lot of heart to it, and it's I think the best MCU film to date. Next, we have my Back to the Future trilogy set. I bought this on my 20th birthday at Best Buy. I was still living at home with my family during the pandemic stuff, and I told myself I'm gonna watch back the entire Back to the Future trilogy on my birthday. I bought this and a few other movies. I can't. I'll remember them once I get to them. But anyways, Back to the Future. If you don't know, I've said it multiple times on this channel, is my favorite film of all time, and this might just be my favorite trilogy of all time. Something I love about this, it's the 30th anniversary set. So it comes in this cool sleeve, and it has a bunch of bonuses on it. I have only seen the first one, well, outside of my 20th birthday, I've only watched the first movie. I haven't gone back to revisit two and three in quite a while, and has the digital code, so I have these movies digitally as well as physically. It comes in like this nice little booklet where it shows the posters for each movie in its own like sleeve area. It says what bonus features there are, yada yada, and there's like a bonus disc. I don't think I've gone to that one yet, but I'd like to just watch all of the bonus stuff one day. I did all the bonus stuff for the Back to the Future one. But I am very happy with this. I have my favorite movie. as a physical copy. I love it. I just love Back to the Future. I remember watching it for the first time with my dad. I think I actually watched the end of two and then we watched number three, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. I don't get anything, but it's cool. And then he put on one day, and when The Power of Love started playing, my immediate thought was, oh my god, this is the best movie. This is my favorite movie of all time. Like, something about the energy in it that just really connected with me that I absolutely adored. And then I watched the other movies in order, and I love these movies. They're fun, they're imaginative, they're excellently made. I'll never get tired of these movies. I really got to get back to rewatching them because these are some of my favorite movies of all time, and Back to the Future is my favorite film. And I'll talk about them eventually, like in their own reviews. Maybe I'll make like one big video in the future talking about all three films. Next, we got what I call my favorite film of 2022, The Batman. This is my favorite Batman movie. I know it's sacrilege, oh my god, The Dark Knight. I like The Dark Knight a lot. It's just, there's something about The Batman that I connect with more. I love the filmmaking in it. I love all the rack focuses. What they do with it is incredible. I love the Batman suit. I love the score. I think I like it more than the Dark Knight score. I'm sorry, Hans Zimmer, but Michael Giacchino is incredible. I unfortunately was a little too late in getting all the digital code or getting the digital code for this. It's a shame, but oh well. I love this movie. I remember watching it opening day when it came out back in 2022. I was talking to some buddies at work, like, guys, are you gonna watch The Batman? Like, I was pumped for it. It got delayed. I think it was supposed to release in 2021, but it got delayed. I think Robert Pattinson and his family got COVID. That sucked. But I was happy with it. I watched it opening night. It's almost 3 hours long. I was never bored. I think it's fantastic. I love all the action scenes in it, and I'm very excited for The Batman Part 2. I don't know what they're going to do with it. They can take as much time as they want because this was stunning. I've seen it a few times since I watched it for the first time in theaters, but I'm very much looking forward to watching it again. I love this film. I give it an A. I think it's just stunning. Then we got what I picked up at a Best Buy a while back, The Big Lebowski, one of the funniest films I've ever seen in my life. Coen brothers, Jeff Bridges, John Goodman. Why can't I think of his name? How do you do, fellow kids? Steve Buscemi. It's all around just fantastic. It's funny as hell. It's one of those movies where I will never not laugh at it. It's just so damn funny and inventive and just bizarre. It's just so weird. It's such a strange movie, but I think it's one of the funniest films ever made. It might be the funniest film I've ever seen. I don't know what else I can say on it. I watched it with my dad for the first time a few years ago. He was like, "Oh, I've heard about it. Let's watch it." And I was blown away. I'm like, "Damn, this is what, the 90s?" Actually, what year did The Big Lebowski release? If I can't find it on here. Sorry. 98. Wow. It's, people look at the dude and they're like, "Oh my god, the dude has such a cool philosophy." I love the dude as a character. He's great. One of my favorite lines in it is when the private detective is following him, and he's like, "Back off! It's my lady friend." He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bother you and your special lady friend. She's not my special lady friend. She's my lady friend. I'm trying to help her conceive, man." Like, there's an energy to it I can't explain, and it's just so fucking funny. So, I gotta get back to rewatching that again. I love The Big Lebowski. A+, one of the funniest movies ever. Then we got Academy Award winner, Best Picture for the year, I think 2014 is when it came out. Birdman or the Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. I have not seen this yet. I picked it up at this CD, DVD movie place, like used record place that sells movies and yada yada too. I went with my girlfriend one day and we were just like, oh my god, look at all these movies and stuff. There's a few of them here that I'll talk about that I picked up. But it was cheap. It was $3.99. I'm like, okay, let's pick it up. I haven't got around to watching it yet. I will eventually because I'm just waiting to be in the right mood for it. I need to be in certain moods to watch certain movies. That's why I haven't finished The Godfather Part 2 yet. I just haven't felt like to be in the mood to watch a big epic movie like that. And I feel the same way for this. I think I need to devote the appropriate time for it. I've heard so much about it, and I'm sure it's been spoiled over time and I've just forgot about it, but I'm excited to check this out eventually. I really am. I'm not sure if I've seen anything from that director. Let me check real quick. Alejandro G. Iñárritu. Birdman. I'm just looking up on Letterboxd. 2014. I think that's the year Grand Budapest Hotel came out. Revenant. Haven't seen it. Amores Perros. Haven't seen it. Looks like I haven't seen any of his movies. I've heard good things about this director though. So yeah, I'm excited to watch this eventually when I get around to it. But I knew I had to pick it up because it was cheap and I have it now. Next, we have a film that I picked up when I went to go visit my sister in Wisconsin. A film that I particularly don't love. I enjoy it. I just found it kind of boring. Clueless. And the reason I picked it up was because of the sleek steelbook. I love the yellow plaid pattern on the steelbook, and it's just such an iconic like outfit in movies. I love it. I actually like the steelbook more than the actual movie. I like it. It's funny. It's charming. It's just kind of slow and like whatever. Doesn't really have like that much of a focus. Like I can't even remember what like the central plot was really. Batgirl is just going around driving her car. She's rich and she ends up hooking up with Paul Rudd, who is her stepbrother. I don't know. She tries to hook up her teachers in the beginning and then she goes to a party or something. I don't remember. I mean, I'd like to watch it again. I'm sure I'd enjoy it more, but as of now, I just thought it was fine. Not my cup of tea. What I say it was, it's like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, kind of. I enjoyed my time with it though. It's fun. It's just I don't know. I thought it was just a little slow or unfocused, but I'd like to watch it again just for the sake of watching it, background noise. See if I might like it more this time around. But yeah, I like it, and I just wanted I just wanted another steelbook. So there's that. Then we got a film I haven't opened yet, but I think I also got this when I was in Wisconsin with my sister. Dances with Wolves. I've seen it before a long time ago. I think it was 2018 when I first watched it, and I really, really, really liked it. I just haven't gotten around to it. But it's a limited edition steelbook packaging, only 10,000 manufactured. Collect it while it lasts. So yeah, I think that's what got me. I was like, oh, when am I ever gonna find this again? I've seen it before. I liked it. I'd like to rewatch it though. I know it's a long movie, and if it has that special feature of like all the behind the scenes stuff, like it was like its own movie thing too. Because I've heard a lot of great things about that. I just like to watch it again. It's been a long time, and it's a nice steelbook. I love my steelbooks. Then we got, oh god, no, Dirty Dancing. It is the 30th anniversary edition of Dirty Dancing. Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey. I didn't like this movie. I'm sorry. I just thought it was so boring and slow. I mean, I love Patrick Swayze. Don't get me wrong. He's awesome. But, oh no, the insert is messed up. I gotta fix it. That's bothersome. Because even movies I don't like, I want to take care of the packaging and whatnot. I'm sure I'd watch it again at some point in the future and maybe enjoy it more. But I heard so many things about it, and I know it's I had the time of my life. That moment, the dance competition crap. I just thought it was boring. I remember I was watching it with my buddy Sevi. He came to visit me back in 2023, and I said I'd never seen it. I don't think he's seen it, so we put it on, and we were so bored. A buddy of ours asked, "Hey, do you want to hang up?" We said, "Fuck yeah!" We turned it off and left, and then we came back. We had the obligation to finish this damn movie. I didn't like it. I'll probably throw it on again in the future. But I picked it up at Walmart one day. I was like, I've never seen it before. I'd like to watch it. I'd like to know why Baby was put in the corner. But yeah, as far as it stands, not my cup of tea. Did I get the digital code for this? I don't know if I got the digital code for this. So I'll see if I can do it later if I haven't already. I used to be against digital stuff, but if it comes with the movie, then might as well, you know. It's just a nice way to watch something when you're not at home. Like that's how I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once recently at home when I went to Stockton home to deal with some stuff. Next, we got a film that I picked up because I saw it for cheap. Haven't opened it, but I've seen it before. Drive with Ryan Gosling. Really like the movie. It's been a while though. He's a driver. He drives. He has a sick car. Has a lady friend who he likes but is married. Cool action. It's just been a while since I've seen it, and I'm sure I'd love it even more because it's been a few. I think I probably watched it in 2021, maybe 2020 when I first watched it. Really liked it. I know I'd like it more. Star-studded cast. Ryan Gosling's awesome, of course. I should get around to rewatching that though. It's been a while. Then we got the 4K edition from Walmart of Everything Everywhere All at Once. I mainly picked this up because of the cool cover. It's a slip cover with all the googly eyes on it, and it's the same on the case too. But the cover, but it just being the cover with all the googly eyes on it is what's more intriguing to me than just the regular standard poster with all the characters doing their poses and stuff. I mean, it's still really cool, but this is more intriguing to me with all the googly eyes. I'm not sure if you can see because of the lighting. I'll see if I can put it closer. Whatever. I love this movie. I think it's fantastic. When I first watched it, I was like, okay, I love it. I just think some parts in the third act goes just a little too long, but I thought it was just like one of the most well-crafted films I've ever seen. Then I reviewed it on my channel, said it was an A+. It's just, I love the craft of it so much. And then I thought, you know what? A. And then I rewatched it again, and my little sister was watching it with me. What is she? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She'll be 8 this year. And she was watching it with me. Had to tell her to close her eyes in certain scenes because of some graphic things that happen. But I think she cried with me. I cried and she cried. I cried watching this movie. There's just so many like touching moments. It could, like I've said before, it's everything, it's everywhere, and it's all at once. It touches on a lot of things. I love this movie, and I'm glad it won Best Picture that year. I don't know what else I would have wanted. Maybe Tar. I really liked Tar. I'll talk about that later. This film's fantastic. Amazing action scenes, fantastic choreography. It's one of the most imaginative films ever. And it's so damn funny, and it's really touching. So if you haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, who are you? This film's fantastic. Give it a watch. It's incredible. I love it. Although I do believe that damn, why can't I think of her name right now? I do think Cate Blanchett should have won Best Actress that year over Michelle Yeoh, but Michelle Yeoh was stunning. She was great. I just thought Cate Blanchett was just a tad better. Yeah. Also, wait, what is the other controversy with that damn movie? Why can't I think of the actress's name who won Best Supporting Actress over Stephanie Sue in the same film? Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, that's right. And after watching it again, I'm like, damn, Jamie Lee Curtis was really good in that film, but I just thought Stephanie Sue was much, much better. Anyways, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Next, we have another Steelbook copy, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I picked this up, I think, back in 2023. I've never seen it before. Heard a lot of great things about it. Watched it, loved it. I love the Steelbook of it. What I love most about it is that it wraps around. So it's Ferris in the car, then it wraps around, and the back of it is his feet in the car. That's what I love most about the Steelbook. It wraps around. It's great. I love it. Have this on digital too. I really like it. It's funny. It's simple. It's so chill and laid back. And it's subtle with what it has to say about living life. I mean, as subtle as it can be. But, it also says, he also says multiple times in the movie, if you don't stop around and enjoy life, you might miss it. Something along the lines of that. But I love this movie. I think it's really funny. It's really sweet, charming. It's definitely a piece of its time, mainly because of the look. I miss the look of older films. I don't know if it was shot on film or if it's early digital stuff. I just miss the look of these older movies. And yeah, I'd like to give this movie another watch at some point. It's been a while, and I tried watching some of it when I was back at home a few weeks ago, but I just wanted to watch something else after a few minutes. I'm like, no, let's watch something else. Then I watched Everything Ever All at Once. But I like to watch this again. It's just really damn funny. Next, we got, I feel bad about this. My buddy gave this to me back in 2018, and I still haven't watched it. I mean, he gave me his copy of it. Fight Club. It is the 10th anniversary edition. I feel bad for not having watched it yet. I just haven't been in the mood to watch it. Like, of course I want to watch it. It's one of those movies, like I said, I got to be in a very specific mood to want to watch something new that I need to pay attention to and not be disturbed. I'll get around to it eventually. I've heard great things about it. I kind of know what happens, and I feel dumb for not having watched it already, but I'll get to it eventually. I'm sure I'll like it. I know I'll like it. Then we got one of my favorite films of all time I found for cheap at Walmart, I think, one day. Forrest Gump, directed by Robert Zemeckis. I've talked about it before, I'm sure, on this channel. I love it. Fantastic. Robert Zemeckis, my favorite director, possibly. Tom Hanks, one of my favorite performances in any movie as Forrest Gump. It's sweet. I cry every time I watch it. It's sad. I love what it has to say. I think it looks incredible. Gary Sinise is also incredible in this film. I'd like to do a review on it later at some point in the future, but I love it. I love that. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, if you don't know. Then, what I'd call my favorite movie of 2021, The French Dispatch. Believe it or not, this was my first live-action Wes Anderson film that I've seen. And I watched it in 2021 because, Wes Anderson, I love his movies. What I've seen, mainly his animated stuff. And I want to watch more of him. So let's go check out The French Dispatch. It seems funny. It was sweet, funny. I just wasn't a big fan of, that second story with Timothée Chalamet's character. But I still enjoyed the film overall. And it's been a while since I watched it. I tried watching it at home. My dad's like, son, what the fuck are you watching? I'm like, Dad, this is art. It's cool. It's funny. And he's like, is that Owen Wilson? Yeah. He's like, oh, okay. And it's been a while. I need to rewatch this movie. I thought it was sweet. I love the score from Alexander Desplat. Yeah, star-studded cast, like always with Wes Anderson movies. I need to rewatch it again. It's been quite a while. I just thought it was really sweet, really fun. And well made. Another Wes Anderson well made film. I need to get into his filmography more. There's a lot of movies I need to see from him. Then we got a movie that I picked up for cheap at that used DVD record place, whatever. Ghost, with Patrick Swayze, Whoopi Goldberg, and Demi Moore. I think this film won Best Score that year, and I think Whoopi Goldberg won Best Supporting Actress at that year's Oscar. And Demi Moore, Oscar-nominated actress for The Substance. She was great in this film. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I know I needed to pick it up so I can have it, so I can always have it. That's just it. I just want to have films. I want to have movies, physical movies, so I can watch it anytime I want. Well, yeah, I remember really liking this when I first watched it a few years ago. It was sweet, sad, well made. Patrick Swayze, he's always great. And Whoopi Goldberg, when I first watched it, I was like, oh my God, Whoopi's in this? Oh my God, it's Whoopi Goldberg. I didn't know, I just haven't seen much of her. And I was like, oh, she's that old lady on The View. I thought she was damn good in this movie. Probably why she got that Oscar. It's just really funny. I need to get back, I need to rewatch this again at some point in the future because it's just really damn good. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's sweet, it's sad, it's just a really good movie. Next, we have another film that I picked up at that used DVD place, a SteelBook copy of Ghostbusters. I watched this, I think, last year, and I haven't seen it all the way through in its entirety in one sitting before. I've seen snippets here and there and large chunks of it here and there. And I knew I needed to pick it up because, I was like, oh, I like the Ghostbusters. It's fun. I've seen the scenes. And, watching it for the first time in its entirety, I loved it. And I love the Steelbook copy. Again, it wraps around the entire thing. So it's like the giant, like area in the library with the ghost and whatever. It's just a really, really cool Steelbook. I love it. Fun. It's just a damn fun movie, well made for its time. Yeah, some special effects don't age because, 80s and stuff. But I like this movie a lot. And I gotta watch Ghostbusters 2 because I've heard a lot of bad things about it. Yeah. And then the Ghostbusters 2016, we'll watch that eventually. I've heard a lot of bad things about that. I just hope Ghostbusters 2 isn't like just horrendous like I hear from a lot of people. I hope it's just like fine. Then we got, I think, the first movie that I bought on my own. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Same thing with the Batman. I think I was a little too late in getting the digital code. And I was peeling off this thing right here. It's like a little sticker that says Own Godzilla for $3.99. I think I was peeling it off. And then I realized I was actually peeling off part of the case. Oh no. What was I peeling off then? It might have been the other sticker area underneath it that I think I was peeling off that I was upset about because it was peeling off parts of Ghidorah, whatever. I love King of the Monsters. This is the from 2019. It's great. I think it's my favorite movie in the MonsterVerse. There's Godzilla. I haven't seen Kong Skull Island yet. I know. Then there's King of the Monsters. Then Godzilla vs. Kong, which is dumb. And Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, which is really dumb. But there's something about this, big scale of this film. It's not the same large scale that Godzilla 2014 was. It's its own large scale, and I think the monsters are fully realized, especially King Ghidorah. He looks stunning in the film. I think all the special effects of this film are great. I didn't get the chance to see it in theaters. I think I was working at my internship that summer. Had a summer job. I didn't get a chance to see this because I was working every day. Yada yada. But damn. I picked it up at Walmart one day when I was in college with some friends, watched it, and I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome. I love Godzilla. This is what I want out of an American Godzilla movie. I thought it was just good enough with the human stuff. I thought it had just enough to say. I thought it was just, it was just fun. I love it. I watched it last year, or I think I don't know. I don't remember. I watched it before I saw -1, or if I saw it after -1. I just wanted to get a Godzilla kick again, but I love this movie. It's just awesome. I think it might be the best American Godzilla movie. That isn't the 2014 version. I think the 2014 version's better, like far better. And there's some dumb things in here, but I still find a lot of enjoyment in it. Then we got a newly gifted Steelbook copy that I got from Secret Santa Christmas from my sister-in-law, my girlfriend's sister, Godzilla Minus One. I gotta open it and watch it because it's been a while. I haven't seen it since I initially watched it back in 2023. But oh boy, this is incredible. I think it's the best Godzilla movie, without a doubt. Um, it's so fully realized. It is stunning. It's basically a horror film, and it's a tragic human story. I love it. I've talked about it before, so I'll just keep it brief. Really damn good movie. Excellent. Go watch it if you haven't. I needed to pick up that Steelbook just because it looks really damn nice. Yeah. Then we got another movie I picked up from the used DVD place. Goodfellas. Love this movie. Scorsese. Incredible. It's like his best movie, people say. And I'm okay with people saying that. I haven't seen King of Comedy or Taxi Driver and a lot of his other movies, but from what I've seen, it's awesome. Yeah, I love this movie. I can watch this on background noise for ever. It's great. Same thing with Ghostbusters. I've never seen it in its entirety in one sitting before. Until I picked this up because it was always on wherever I went. People were always watching it, whether it was on TV, Netflix, whatever. And I just never was able to sit down in its entirety and watch it because I always got busy with something else to do, whatever. But I have it. I can watch it anytime I want. Think it's fantastic. Funny as hell. Shot excellently. It's incredible. What can you say? It's one of the best movies ever. Then I have The Green Knight. I think I picked this up at Walmart. I can't remember. I love this film. I haven't seen it since I watched it in theaters back in 2021. It was a film I was very much looking forward to. It wasn't what I expected. I was expecting like a big, heavy action film, but I was not disappointed. I absolutely adore The Green Knight. I think it's fantastic. David Lowery, great director. Dev Patel was fantastic in it. Give it a chance if you want to watch it. I think it's stunning. I think it's fantastic. I don't want to say too much about it. I've reviewed it before, but if you haven't seen it, just give it a watch. It won't be what you're expecting. I promise you that, but it's really damn good. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. It's a stunning looking film, and Dev Patel's great in it. So give it a watch if you haven't. I haven't seen it since I initially watched it in theaters. I got to get back to it. I opened it for the digital copy, though. I wanted to make sure I got them before they all expired. Then we got a film I haven't seen in quite a while. Heat. It's been years. It's probably been, 7 years since I've seen it. I think when I watched this, I was a senior in high school. And I found this, I think at Best Buy one day. So just like, oh, I haven't seen it. Pick it up. Yeah, I'd like to rewatch it again pretty soon. And this is the director's cut. I think there's like 7 more minutes of footage. I think that's the difference. But I remember really liking this when I was not a kid. When I first watched it. Don't remember a whole lot of it just because it's been so long. But I know this is one of the movies where I'm like, yep, I like it. Gotta get it. Looks like we might be just about halfway through. Right here we got Jojo Rabbit. I don't remember when I picked this up. I think I got this at Best Buy. It's a 4K copy of it, which is cool. Got a digital. I think I got this on digital. I think I was able to get the digital code before it expired. I love Jojo Rabbit. I think I watched it digitally before I watched it physically, which is strange. But anyways, I have a review for it on my channel. I think it's sweet. It's funny as hell. Taika Waititi, great director. I haven't seen all of his stuff, but I like a lot of what he's done from what I've seen. I thought ScarJo was really damn good in this film. It was just really damn fun. I haven't seen it since I first watched it, but yeah, I'd like to give it a watch at some point in the future. Thought it was just really damn sweet. It's one of, I cry. I think I cried watching this movie. I remember one of my college professors had said he watched it and he said, I cried watching it. And he told us why he cried. And I'm not going to say what it is if you haven't seen it. I know it's been, what, 5 years? Almost 6 years since it came out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my God, this movie's going to be 6 years old. I was in college 6 years ago. What the hell? But anyways, he told us, when I saw blank, I cried. And that's all I'm going to say. And I can say what it is, though. You know, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Then we got Knives Out. I picked this up in 2023. I haven't seen it. Heard great things about it. I got to fix the insert. Yeah. I haven't seen another Rian Johnson film outside of The Last Jedi. You know, everyone bomb blasted the guy. I did as well. I apologize, Rian Johnson, for all the things I've said before. But I've heard great things about this film. And I'm like, well, Rian Johnson, you know, he has an eye for, you know, making good-looking films. And his episodes of Breaking Bad are awesome that he's directed. And I've heard he's, you know, other films he's directed were great. But I think The Last Jedi really made people go, what the fuck? But Knives Out is fantastic. I love this film. I watched it back in 2023 for the first time. I loved it. It always kept you on your toes. It was funny. It was smart. I don't have any issues with it. I can watch it again without, you know, I could watch it again. I'm sure I can never get sick of this. I thought it was really damn funny. I give it an A+. I think I found it for cheap, so I was like, might as well pick it up. I'll watch it. Then we got, ooh boy, The Lighthouse. This was something. I didn't get a chance to watch it in theaters, and I was really upset. I was very upset at it because it was only playing in one theater in Sacramento when I was in college at the time, and I just never got a chance to go. But it was something I was very much looking forward to because I love Willem Dafoe, and I was like, Robert Pattinson. It was around that time when I was like, Robert Pattinson was a Twilight boy, but then he was in other movies, and everyone's like, oh, he's great. And I was really intrigued by this. I was like, okay, let's check it out. I heard great things about it from my reviewers that I watch on YouTube, and oh my God, I loved it. I gave it an A+. If you haven't seen it, my review for it back in 2020 when I watched it. I think it was 2020 when I watched it. Like late 2019, early 2020. It was great. Just it's weird. So weird and strange, but I love it. I haven't seen it since, but I can watch it anytime I want. Then we got a film I picked up for my birthday, I think back in 2020, and I haven't watched it. I've never opened it. I should, though, because it was a movie I was very much looking forward to. Because, it's a stop motion film. It looks awesome. You know, Leica's great. Missing Link. I don't have anything to say on it because I haven't seen it. But hopefully I'll watch it soon. I just haven't been in the mood to watch it lately. You know, every time I go to my bookshelf of movies and stuff, I go, what am I going to watch? What should I watch? And I skip over it every time. I should get around to it, though, because I like this movie. No, what am I saying? I should get around to it because I like Leica. And I heard it was really cool. What time is it? Okay. This is one of my most beloved possessions. I've talked about it before. This is the director's cut of Midsommar. I think I was at home during the pandemic with my family, and I said, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Director's cut, physically released, I gotta get it. I love this thing. I love the cover. I love the sleeve. Although I'm upset how it got this like weird black mark smudge on it, and it's like starting to peel up here. But it's not the end of the world. I can probably lightly glue it down. And it has this like little art book. Has the movie inside, and I don't know if you can see, but it's Denny in her flower dress. And it has like a little like excerpt from Martin Scorsese, and a lot of the artwork that's shown in like in the actual film in the house and on the drapes and stuff and everywhere. It's I can't show it because of the graphic imagery in it, but it's just really damn interesting, and it really shows how much effort went into this. I love Midsummer. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Another fully realized film that doesn't need to boast big special effects and action scenes and biggest stars in Hollywood, yada yada. I don't care. I love this film. Florence Pugh's great in it. One of my favorite performances of all time. I love it. One of my favorite film scores of all time by Bobby Krilic. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, but that is one of my most prized possessions. I'm not sure which way to put it. Maybe like this. Yeah, maybe like that. I have this at the end of all the movies because it just looks weird with that just poking out in the middle. So I have it at the end despite it being M. Next is another film I picked up that I haven't seen in its entirety, but I've seen on TV a few times. I've picked this up at the DVD used DVD place. Disney's The Muppets from I believe 2011. I said I need to pick it up. I love the Muppets. I was trying to get back into a Muppet kick because I love the Muppets. They're so damn fun. You can use them in anything. You can make them heartfelt. You can make them funny. You can make them serious. And I love Kermit. And I want to helm a Muppet project one day. I'm actually working on a story that involves the Muppets. And I think it's pretty sweet. Not like I'm working on it. It's going to get made. I'm working on an idea of my own that I want to hold on to for the future. But yeah, it's sweet. It's funny. It's charming. Has all the Muppet magic you'd like. It's a very simple story. But I picked this. I knew I had to pick it up because like, when am I gonna find this again? Because when do the Muppets really make anything? They had that TV show. They had the Haunted Mansion special a few years ago, but not a lot since. Like Disney, please do more stuff with the Muppets. You know, everyone loves the Muppets. I'm sorry, just do it. Then we got a film that I watched back in 2021. Found the DVD, found the Blu-ray for it. Haven't watched it since, but I really enjoyed it. Nobody with Bob Odenkirk. I have a review for it on my channel, but it was one of those movies I thought, oh, I got to pick it up. Really fun action sequences. I haven't seen it since I watched it, but I knew I had to pick it up because I was just like, oh, I found it, got to get it. Bob Odenkirk's great in it. Fun action scenes, really violent and bloody, and I love violent films. And it was just really damn fun. And Christopher Lloyd shoots a shotgun in the movie. I don't know where else you can get that. Then we got my favorite Tarantino film, one of my favorite movies of all time, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think this was one of the first movies I picked up on my own. I think it was Godzilla King of the Monsters, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Shazam. Shazam will be down here later on. Like this is one of the movies I like purchased on my own. And what I love about this case is the sleeve is that this is like the original, like the regular poster with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt on it. On the back side of it is like the old timey photo. I have this poster on my door over there. I found it at Amoeba, the record place in Hollywood. And back in 2019, wanted to watch it. I haven't watched a whole lot of Tarantino films back in 2019 because this is when I was like first starting to get into movies. I saw Pulp Fiction, The Kill Bills, and Django, parts of Inglourious Bastard. So I was like, okay, Tarantino's cool. And then I saw a few trailers and stuff for this, but I was like, oh, it's the new Tarantino. I gotta watch it. Didn't get to it until later in 2019. I think it was 2019 when I watched it. Either 2019 or early 2020. But anyways, love this movie. Love this movie to death. I can watch it anytime without fail. I'll never get bored by it. At first, I gave it an A, but I'll just give it but I've given it an A plus since. I think it's perfect. There's only one issue I have with it. There's a scene when they're it's like we're watching the movie, or it's like we're watching the pilot that Leonardo DiCaprio's character is making, and it's filmed as if it's like a movie filmed today, but we get the point of view from the camera, and it's not like shot how it would have been shot back then, like a TV show would have been shot back then. Because we even get like an interview for a TV show at the beginning of the movie, and it's shot like how TV shows were shot. I think it was just to give it a more cinematic feel, but it's something I can overlook, something I can just, whatever. I love this movie. I have it forever. No one can take it away from me. I've seen other like special edition versions of it, and if I feel like it, maybe I'll pick it up one day in the future. But for now, that's it. Then we got a film I knew I needed to have. Oppenheimer on 4K. It was on my Elfsters Christmas list back in 2023. My girlfriend got it for me. I'm so damn happy with this. Because this is a movie that I needed to have. This is a movie that I just needed to have a physical copy of. Oppenheimer's fantastic. And I'm so happy I have this. Like, it won't be like it was in the theater. It will never be like it was in the theater. But 4K being like the best way to watch a movie at home, oh my god. Of course I'll take it. Once I get a thing that can actually play 4Ks though, then I'll be happier. But for now, damn. To have like one of the best movies of the decade as a 4K, with so much love and attention and care poured into it, of course I had to get it. Of course I had to ask for it. And I know these were getting sold out left and right. So I was happy my girlfriend was able to get her hands on a copy for me for Christmas. And it was funny because we both said we weren't going to give each other Christmas presents, because we were trying to focus on money and stuff. But we did end up getting each other Christmas presents that year. And mine was Oppenheimer. I gave her like a bunch of cool stones and stuff that I found. Like she loves like crystals and stones and stuff. I found a bunch of cool ones one day when I was doing Christmas shopping for my family, going back home, and I was like, oh, I gotta get these for her. Next we have the Best Picture winner for the year of 2019. The award was in 2020, but for the best, Parasite. And it's cool because this was from Neon, and Neon just won Best Picture for Anora recently. So that's really cool. I got to pick up Anora eventually. But anyways, Parasite, fantastic. It's been quite a while since I've seen it. But do give this a watch, please. Please give this a watch if you haven't. It's one of the most well-crafted films I've seen. It's stunning. It's funny. There's so much purpose behind every decision made. It's such a fantastic film. But I'm stuck on giving it an A. There's just like a very, very minor issue I had with it, but it still doesn't detract from how utterly fantastic it was. I might enjoy Once Upon a Time in Hollywood more, and I would have preferred if that won Best Picture, but I'm so glad this did, because it's doing something for the smaller movies. Hell, it's better than most American movies. That's a South Korean film. They can make some damn good movies, I think. Next is a movie I picked up at the DVD place. Cheap. Rocket Man. Starring Taron Egerton as Elton John. It was a movie. I was like, okay, I heard good things about it. I want to get the taste of Bohemian Rhapsody out of my mouth because I'm still being a bitch about it. Like, it's, but I heard a lot of good things about it. I like it. I like what I've listened of from Elton John. My girlfriend loves Elton John, so it's like, oh, let's pick it up and watch it because she's seen it, she likes it, or she loves it, and it was cool because she gave me some insight on it while we were watching the movie. It wasn't like Bohemian Rhapsody, whereas if there was an inaccuracy in that movie, it upset me and a bunch of other people. I think they messed with the timeline of his life here and there, but it's because of how imaginative and different this is from other biopics. Um, I think that's why I enjoyed it more and why it felt more appropriate. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, he was great as Elton John because he was just like Elton John because I don't know a lot about Elton John, but I thought Taron Egerton was great in the film. Um, yeah, I love all the sequences in the film involving whenever they sing a song and it's just like otherworldly. Like when they play Crocodile Rock, I think that's my favorite scene in the film. And my girlfriend does not like that song because of that because of that part. I love that song because of that. It's just so wacky and weird. I love it, and I really enjoyed this film. It's a much better version of Bohemian Rhapsody. It's a completely it's in a completely different league of its own. I could watch it again at some point. Like I remember when we watched it. She spent a week at my house because we were going to go see Wicked and yada yada, the show Wicked. I said let's watch this one day throughout the week, and we did. And I turned to her and I said I could restart that film and watch it again. That's how much I enjoyed this film. So if you haven't seen Rocket Man, give it a shot. I really liked it. And it got me into wanting to listen to more Elton John music that I haven't before. All right, we're almost done here. With the physical with the my regular row of movies. I'll get to the anime stuff in a sec. Next, we have a film I have not seen in a long time, but I wanted to pick up because I think I saw it for cheap on SteelBook at Walmart one day. I think I got this at Walmart. Saving Private Ryan, and I love the SteelBook of this because I think it's supposed to look like an ammunition case. It just like has a nice feel to it. It feels a lot different from the other SteelBooks in my opinion. But I downloaded the digital code for this because I wanted to do it before it expired. I think it was going to expire. Like one day I went through a bunch of movies. Like I got to get all the codes for it before they expire. I just think it'd be neat if I did it. Got to embrace the future. Well, yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen this film. A really long time since I've seen this film. But I should get back around to that because that opening sequence is incredible. And I just really enjoyed this film. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I gotta get around to it. It's been a long time. But yeah, one of my favorite steelbooks, mainly because of the casing. The case, it just looks really cool. Then we have Shazam from 2019. What I love about this cover is that it's one of those. I don't know how you explain that material. I don't know what it is, but if you move it around, you could see both Shazam and Billy, Billy and like it's the kid version, and then Shazam. If you like, I don't know if you can see it or if it's that clear to you, but let's see. Whatever. This is the film I was looking forward to in 2019 because I was like, it just looks fun. That's it. It just looks fun and goofy and wacky and such a deterrent from the more serious stuff in the DCEU at the time. And they were trying to embrace that wacky stuff because of Suicide Squad and then Justice League. And then they had Aquaman. So they're like, okay, now we can fully embrace the more wacky side of it. And for what it was, for its own contained story, I really enjoyed Shazam. I think I gave it an A- when I first watched it. It was just it was just really damn cool. I haven't watched it since. Oh yeah, the sleeve is different from the cover. It's just like Shazam on here, like shooting lightning or whatever. It's been such a long time since I've seen it. I haven't seen it since 2019 when I first watched it. I'd like to watch it again. I'd like to actually watch the other Shazam film, Fury of the Gods. I actually liked it more than a lot of people did. I really enjoy Fury of the Gods. I don't get why people hate that movie so much. It sucks that it bombed, but yeah, I really enjoyed Shazam. Give it a watch if you want. It's really fun. I think it's one of the better DCEU films. Okay, I said earlier that I'm going to be cheating in my movie Blu-ray stuff here, yada yada. But I just really love this film so much that I had to put it here. It's Spencer. I feel like a dumbass because it's not a Blu-ray; it's a regular DVD. When I was at Walmart one day, I found it. I was like, "Oh, I heard a lot of good things about it. Let's pick it up." I don't think they had any Blu-rays of it, but I saw this. I was like, "Oh wow, it looks big. It must be the Blu-ray." I was really stupid, but oh my god, where did that gash come from? At least it didn't affect the art, just the plastic wrap around it. That sucks. But anyways, love this film. Thought it was fantastic. Please give it a watch if you haven't. Kristen Stewart was phenomenal in it. And it's funny because I watched Twilight the other day with my girlfriend. I think this is my first like Kristen Stewart movie, but I've seen like a bunch of clips from her in Twilight, and everyone's like, haha, she's funny because she's the Twilight girl. And I saw a few clips, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's bad in these movies. And then I watched Twilight the other day, and she was bad. That dumb movie, but I'm looking forward to watching the other Twilights because I want to enjoy and laugh more because how fucking weird it was. But no, I thought she was stunning in this, and I really wanted her to win Best Actress that year. I don't know who won that year, but I thought she was great, and I think the score is fantastic. It's beautiful. But yeah, it's about her as Princess Diana and like the later years of her life, like probably like the last 2 years or whatever, maybe. She's trying to distance herself from the royal family, yada yada, a bunch of shit about that. Really damn good. Please watch Spencer if you haven't. I think it's really, really damn good. Then we have Spider-Man No Way Home Blu-ray. I don't have any of the other Spider-Man films. I just have this on Blu-ray. I found it one day. I said I got to pick it up, and I feel like an asshole because I kept telling my grandma Jeannie, "Hey, I'll spend the night one day. We can watch it." I never went over. I don't know if she ever ended up getting to watch this before she passed away. Yeah, that sucks. Because when I went home when this movie released back in 2021, I went to go watch it by myself because I was like, I gotta watch it because it's in theaters. I don't want to get spoiled for it. I saw it as soon as I could, the earliest showing that I could. Loved it. I just never got around to watching it with her because she loves all the MCU films. Loved all the MCU films, but I love No Way Home. I've never really cheered in a theater, but I did when this film came out because of spoilers. This film is fucking 4 years old, 3 or 4 years old at this point. Toby and Andrew Garfield came out. I was like, oh my god, they did it! Ah! I did not expect to see Daredevil in the movie as Matt Murdock. Is that his name? I did not expect to see him there. I thought that was really fucking cool. I saw the Kane. I was like, oh shit! But yeah, I love No Way Home. It is the best of the home trilogy in the MCU. Can't wait for Spider-Man 4. I just hope it's good. I know it's not John Watts doing it. But what I loved about No Way Home is that it was John Watts evolving as a filmmaker in the Spider-Man movies because he did a lot more fun and cool things in terms of filmmaking as the films went on. And the, what is the what's that fucking film term? The dolly zoom. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't fucking think of it. The dolly zoom When they did that in this film to signify Peter, freaking the fuck out about the other characters, I thought, oh shit, John Watts means business. And then you have Peyton Reed just kind of going through the motions with the Ant-Man movies, not really doing a whole lot of impressive things in terms of directing scenes and whatnot. Love No Way Home. Think it's great. One of the more fun MCU films. That's all I have to really say about it. Then we have, one of my most anticipated films of all time. Probably the most anticipated I was for a movie ever coming out. There was my hype for Infinity War. There was my hype for Endgame. But I wasn't into like Marvel superhero stuff when I was a kid. I was into Star Wars as a kid. Like I liked the superhero stuff, but I was not as invested into it as I was with Star Wars. Star Wars was like a huge part of my childhood. I loved the movies, loved the shows, loved the games. So back in 2012, when Disney bought Star Wars from George Lucas, and then they said they were going to make movies, I was excited because I wanted more Star Wars. What's funny is that I found that out because our washer, I think it was our dryer that broke, so we had to go do laundry at the laundromat. I just happened to see a newspaper there that said that Disney bought Star Wars. And even then, when I was 12, I knew that was a big deal. And then late 2014, we got a trailer for The Force Awakens, the first teaser trailer that showed Finn as a stormtrooper that made everyone go, oh my god, a black stormtrooper. And then it was just Snoke going, there's been an awakening. Have you felt it? And then the Millennium Falcon, it goes, da, 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 da. I remember when that came out, me and my cousins were huddled around. We're like, oh my god, guys, there's like a Star Wars event going on, and there's supposed to be a trailer for it. And we were refreshing YouTube over and over again, looking for the trailer, looking for people re-uploading the trailer. And we were so pumped because I was in that era where people were dogging on the prequel trilogy of Star Wars. They're like, oh my god, these movies suck. They're awful. Screw Jar Jar. George Lucas wrote terrible dialogue. They're stupid. And I'm ashamed to admit that I was a part of that too. I thought the prequels were dumb, but they were funny meme farms. Because, I got an Instagram around the time, and I'm like, oh god, look at funny prequel memes. Haha, they're dumb. But I remember like watching them around that time, and I was still enjoying them because I was a dumb kid. And even after the sequel trilogy, I watched them and I go, okay, they're good movies. Although I have to rewatch Attack of the Clones, people say that's the worst one. I honestly think Rise of the Skywalker is the worst one. But anyways, for an entire year from when that teaser trailer released in November 2014 or December 2014 for The Force Awakens, I was pumped. I was excited. And this is one of the most successful films of all time in terms of the box office numbers. This film grossed over $900 million domestically. No film has grossed $900 million domestically, not even Avengers Endgame, which has about like $850 million domestically. But damn, The Force Awakens there was so much hype for this. This is, wow. Thinking back to when I was 14 and 15, waiting every day for this damn movie to come out. And then I did, like maybe a week or two into my winter break, maybe a week into my winter break, my grandma, my cousins, my auntie took me and some other cousins and my brother to watch it. And I remember my grandma leaned into me and goes, hey, this is kind of like the first Star Wars movie. And I thought about it for a second. I go, damn it. And I went, oh, well, I'm still enjoying it. I don't care if it's how similar it is to A New Hope. I still think it's new and fresh enough to be its own thing. And I love it for that reason. I haven't seen it in quite a while. But damn it, I just love this movie so much. I really thought it was a great stepping off point for the new sequel trilogy. And then The Last Jedi happened. I'm not blaming Rian Johnson. I'm blaming Kathleen Kennedy for not having the guts to stand up or to be like, hey, let's have one vision and not just, as the flow goes. I know there was a plan. It just wasn't that good of a plan, or it was a lack of a more structured plan, I think is what messed up the sequel trilogy. But anyways, I love The Force Awakens. I really, really love The Force Awakens, and I'm upset because the cover for it is a little creased. I think it was left out one day, and like I think my little sister was messing with it or stepped on it or something. But I don't care. I have it, love it, and it's a shame that I only have that one Star Wars movie. I should get all the Star Wars movies. What irks me though is that I want to get the original Star Wars trilogy, the un-George Lucas versions of them, because they're not available, and I wish they were on Blu-ray and physical copy, yada yada. That isn't old ass VHS tapes. Hopefully Disney does that one day, or I might just have to get those copies that people make on their own, where they just get the VHS tapes and turn them into Blu-rays. I heard they're pretty cheap too. I'm not sure how I feel about owning them, but I'll get them one day. All right, next we have a film I haven't seen since I watched it in theaters, but I picked it up because it was so damn good. I know I needed to pick it up before I couldn't find it anymore. Tar. This was my first Todd Field film, the only Todd Field film I've seen. And oh my god, this was stunning. I heard a lot of good things about it, and I said, I'll go watch it. We'll see what's what. I watched it at the Alamo Draft House, and holy shit, was it stunning. Just very much fully realized. And every decision made had so much intent behind it. And I thought the editing was fantastic. If Everything Everywhere All at Once didn't win Best Editing, I would have wanted it for it to be Tar. Mainly because I think the lack of editing very much helped it. There's like a scene that last 7 minutes was like a long unbroken shot I thought was stunning. I think there was a lot of good points made in the film. I just think it was just a tad too slow at certain points here and there where I was struggling to find investment in certain aspects. But overall, I thought Tar was fantastic. Go watch it if you haven't. It's stunning, and I just love knowing that I have a physical copy of this excellent film. Kate Blanchett's fantastic in it. Then we have Tenet. I don't remember when I picked this up. Probably in 2021. I was a little too late for the digital copy of it. It was just one of those movies where I saw it and I said, I should pick it up just because I heard it was like really damn good. Then I watched it with my buddy. He's seen it before, I haven't. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? I was able to keep up. And then when like certain things got revealed, I was like, holy shit, that's actually really cool. And I thought it was like really damn cool. Like Christopher Nolan made just like a fucking bizarre film. That was really damn cool. I'd got to watch it again just for the sake of seeing if I could understand it more. I got it. But I'm tired. But as of now, I thought it was like really damn good, and I'd like to watch it again at some point. And I'm glad I have that. I have 2 Christopher Nolan films as a physical copy. That's cool. Next, we have a film that I've seen a long time ago, but I haven't seen it since. It's probably been well over a decade since I've seen this. Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So when I watch it again, it might as well just be for the first time because it's been so damn long since I've watched it. I remember liking it, thought it was cool, fun action, love Arnold. Where did I pick this up? I think I might have picked this up at a Best Buy. And I just thought, oh damn, that looks cool. Like looks like a cool case, and it's 4K and it's Blu-ray, and might as well pick it up. So I did. Haven't opened it yet. I should get around to rewatching this because I remember liking when I first watched it a long time ago. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that because I haven't seen it in a long time. Then we have Toy Story 4. I think I picked this up with Godzilla and Shazam and what's the other? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, I didn't get it to watch it while it was in theaters. I was working. I still really like Toy Story 4. I really, really enjoy Toy Story 4. Fun, imaginative. The animation is just breathtaking. There's so many just groundbreaking things Pixar was able to do in this film. And it's a shame that they haven't been able to make something like as extremely detailed as this since. Um, yeah, their films look good afterwards. Like Lightyear looks good, and Soul looks great, and Turning Red is like their most like stylized movie, um, ever. But with the animation for what they do in here is incredible. And I was happy with this film because I was upset that Toy Story 4 is being made in general, but they needed another sequel to make another $1 billion. And I thought, well, if it's bad, then it's okay because we can dismiss it because Toy Story 3 is a perfect ending. I still really like what they did with this. You can call it unnecessary and all that, but I still thought it was a really damn fun time. And I can watch it over and over again because it's just so damn fun and wacky and bizarre. It's basically just a newer Toy Story film. They're all kind of the same. But I don't know what else I can say. I love Toy Story 4. It's not my favorite. I still think the first Toy Story is my favorite. And Toy Story is one of my favorite movies. It's one of the most important movies to me. But yeah, that's all to say about that, really. And then the last film we have in this section is Roger Rabbit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Robert Zemeckis, again, love this film. I have more Robert Zemeckis films than I do most other directors, outside of the Ghibli stuff with Miyazaki, really. But damn, what can I say about this? It seamlessly meshes together live action and animated sequences together. A lot of groundbreaking stuff what they did here. Really damn funny. It's just a great noir detective mystery movie on its own. Really damn funny. Love this film. A plus. One of my favorite movies ever. Just so damn wacky and fun and goofy and violent. I love how violent it can be sometimes. Yeah, I love Roger Rabbit. So anyways, those are the movies I have. That's my collection so far. I want to grow it. I know I need like a lot more movies, but for what I have now, it's comfortable. So I'm gonna put these back, and then when I come back, we're gonna talk about my other row of films, that being mainly the anime films. Okay, so on top of the anime films that I also have 3 Criterion Collection movies. I haven't opened them yet, mainly because I haven't been in the mood to watch these specific movies. But I thought it'd be just fun to talk about them real quick. I'm sure I've shown these before, but we have Barry Lyndon, the only Stanley Kubrick film I have on it as a physical copy. But I saw it one day. I was out with my buddies, and I said, let's pick it up. It'd be cool just because I've never seen it. I've seen pieces of it when I was making my short film back in 2020. My buddy had it on, and I was like, "Oh, damn, it looks cool. I gotta watch it again at some point later." And I'd love to get around to watching it like fully. Then there is In the Mood for Love, directed by Wong Kar-wai. I watched this as in a college class, back when I was in college in 2019, I think. Damn, this was a good one. Really sad, really heartbreaking and tragic. Watch it if you want, or watch it if you can. It's a really damn good, sad film that had everyone sniffling at the end of it. Then Raging Bull. I've always wanted to see it. I just thought it was cool, so I'm happy I have it. And this item is electronically protected. No, I think that's fine. Yeah, me and some buddies were gonna go watch it one day, but we got there a little too late. What is that? No, whatever. Yeah, we got there a little too late, so we couldn't get tickets for it being shown on film. But anyways, I'm happy I have them. And from what I've heard, Criterion is like incredible when it comes to their releases. Those are the only Criterion films I have. I'd like to get more. Like some older films, some films I've never heard of. It'd be nice. Anyways, Let's get on to the anime films that I have. Mainly Ghibli films, but we'll get to them. Starting off with the newest release from Studio Ghibli back in 2023, The Boy and the Heron. I'm not the biggest fan of this film. I still think it looks fantastic and it's incredibly well made. The plot is where it kind of loses me though. But when I found that there was the 4K SteelBook at Walmart, I passed it up a few times, but I said I gotta get it before it's not available anymore. And I have it, and I love it. I couldn't find it online for quite a while, and there's a few different copies of different cases, but I wanted to pick it up. I needed to. It's mainly because it was in 4K, and I've never seen an anime film released in 4K, especially a Ghibli one. So I thought, okay, I gotta pick it up. I have to. Next we have From Up on Poppy Hill. This one is from Goro Miyazaki, Hayao Miyazaki's son, and this is a little controversial because of like the thing that happens in the movie. I'm not gonna say what it is unless you haven't seen it, because people find it kind of weird. It's not meant to be taken that way. Everyone, calm down. It leads to some sweet moments later on in the film. This is one of my favorite Ghibli films. I honestly think this is one of the best Ghibli films. I love how grounded it is. I love how sweet it is. It's sad. It's funny. I really love this film. Also, I watched the Ghibli films in dub because that's just kind of how I was introduced to them, because of Toonami, because of Spirited Away on Toonami. It was always dubbed for me. So I think that just kind of kept me on the dubbed path for the Ghibli films. I'll watch them in sub eventually. But yeah, I'm very happy with my Ghibli collection on SteelBook so far. There's a few more I need to get, and we'll talk about the other Ghibli later as we get down the line. But yeah, From Up on Poppy Hill, I really love it. Go check it out. It's sweet. It was one of the first Ghibli films I've seen, because at first it was just Spirited Away for so long, and then Kiki's Delivery Service. I was like, oh my god, this movie's so cool. And then during the pandemic, or not during the pandemic, when me and my sister got COVID, we stayed in and watched Ghibli films, and that was one of the first ones we watched, because we were like, oh, we've never seen it, we've never heard of it, let's watch it. I really liked it. It took her like 3 tries to watch it because she kept falling asleep because we were sick. But please watch it. It's a really sweet film. Next, we have one of the most heartbreaking films I've ever seen in my life. Possibly the film I cried to the hardest. Grave of the Fireflies. The SteelBook copy of this goes for like $300 when people reselling it, and I want it because it's red, and it has the little sister with the hat on. If I get $300 somehow randomly, I'll think about picking up. I won't do it though, because that's insane to buy a movie. But oh my god, oh, this is heartbreaking. This is the most tragic film I've ever seen in my life, and I don't know if I want to put myself through it again. I remember watching it. My sister wanted to watch it, but I think she was sick or she fell asleep, so I just watched it anyways. And my mom watched it with me. The movie ended. She turned to me. She goes, "Oh, she said, oh, that was sad." She turned to me, and I was like, and she goes, "Not that sad." I'm like, "Well, Mom, the kids, and the siblings, and the candy." Yeah, this like, to me, this is one of those movies that's more than just a movie. It's an experience, and I don't know if I can ever put myself through watching it again. It'll take me a long time before I feel like I can watch this again. I'm not ashamed to admit, though, that I did cry, and I cried hard. This is from Isao Takahata. It's funny because this released alongside My Neighbor Totoro, one of the most jolly Ghibli films. So, yeah. I don't know if I can think about that. Next, we have Howl's Moving Castle. what some people consider one of the best Ghibli films. I think it's just pretty good. I think it's a little too slow, and maybe it's because it's the dub. It's just all like, "Hey, war's bad. Oh my God, war's bad. Let's end the war now." That's just how it kind of feels like at the end. But the main focus of Sophie as a character, I love. Um, Christian Bale's great as Howl for the dub. Billy Crystal is Calcifer. I love Billy Crystal. I love When Harry Met Sally and Mike Wazowski and from Monsters Inc. and it's the one psychologist movie. He's a psychologist and he has to be a psychologist for Robert De Niro. Hold on, I gotta look this up because I love those two movies. There are two movies. Billy Crystal. Also, Billy Crystal with Meg Ryan were at the Oscars. They were doing the best picture nom. I thought that was cool. Damn, what is it? I gotta find it. Analyze that. No, it's analyze this and analyze that. Analyze this is the first one. Analyze that is the second one. Yeah. I went on a tangent because of Billy Crystal. But anyways, I have this. I love it. Yeah. I love the Steelbook. I love all the Ghibli Steelbooks. I can still really enjoy the movie on its own. I really like the movie. But it's just once it gets to the, oh, war bad. Oh, war's bad. We got to end the war now. This silly war. It doesn't matter that we killed hundreds and thousands of people. War bad. Um, it's once it gets to that, it's when it becomes a little, come on, really? But the rest of the film's great. Animation's, of course, fantastic and stunning. Really damn good movie. I still really like the movie. I just don't think it's like one of the best Ghibli films. I don't have it ranked highly on my favorites nor on my like Ghibli ranked films. Next, we have a film I saw on my birthday back in 2022. Inuo. I really like this film. It's from Masaki Yuasa. I'm not sure. Oh, he did The Night is Short, Walk On Girl, a film that I've been meaning to check out for such a long time. Anyways, I thought was a really damn good anime film. I love the musical sequences in it. It's not a musical. It's like an opera. It's a rock opera they call it. I love the themes behind it. I thought the animation was stunning, and I saw it because I saw a few trailers for it. And I said, "Oh, that looks kind of cool. Looks a little weird. Looks cool. I'll check it out." I didn't know what it was about at all, and I'm glad I went into it blind because I really enjoyed this film, and I haven't seen it since August 18, 2022. But when I saw this at Walmart when I was getting my oil change a long time ago, I thought, when am I ever going to see Inuo as a physical copy on store shelves again? So I had to pick it up. Support animation. So I'm glad I have that. Next, we have my favorite Ghibli film and one of my favorite movies of all time, Kiki's Delivery Service. I've watched this film countless times, and I think when I first watched Kiki's Delivery Service, I think it was my second Ghibli film. I absolutely fell in love with this. I think I actually watched some of this during the pandemic in 2020. Yeah, I think that's when I watched Kiki's Delivery Service in 2020. And I really loved it. It's simple, it's cute, it's charming. I love what it says about, passion for work and work in general. And watching it in a theater is a completely different experience. My buddy says the ending sequence when Kiki, flies on her broom is metal. And I watched it in theaters and I said, okay, I get what you mean by calling it metal. Kick ass. Yeah, I love Kiki Delivery Service. It's a Hayao Miyazaki. I think it was like the late 80s. Let me check. Let's see. 89, yeah. Damn. It's old. I love that. I love it though. Hell, I might put it on tonight and fall asleep to it. We'll see. Next, we have a gift from a buddy of mine, Sebi, my best friend. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. It's considered the first Ghibli film, even though it wasn't. It's considered the first Ghibli film, even though it kind of isn't, but it is. I don't care. Love this film. It's fantastic. It looks stunning, very violent and bloody and action packed. And Nausicaa's such a cool character. I love it. I haven't opened it yet because I just haven't. I've watched it on Max, but I haven't opened this yet. I should get around to rewatching it though. It's been quite a while. I really like it though. Next, we have what I found at Best Buy one day while perusing for movies and stuff. I had watched this series in its entirety before out of curiosity because I heard so much about it. And when I found a physical copy of it, I said, yeah, let's pick it up. Neon Genesis Evangelion, the series. From the 90s, I think it was 95, 93? 93, I think. Does it say in the back? No. We gotta look it up. Let's see. Yeah, one day I was on Netflix. 95. Okay. One day I was on Netflix and I saw that it had it and I said, yeah, fuck it. Let's watch it. And I liked it. And I continued liking it. I like how lighthearted it was. Sort of lighthearted in the beginning. You know, it was more sort of like a Monster of the Week sort of deal. And then it got into, hey, I hate life and life sucks. And I hate everything. And then the ending happened. I'm like, oh, okay. Aren't they all still kind of dead though? And then I watched the movie. I was like, holy shit, this is cool. Not like it's one of the best movies I've ever seen, cool, but I just thought it was pretty cool. And then I found it at Best Buy. I was like, I gotta pick it up. You know, it's like it's probably the most influential anime series of all time. It's possibly the most important anime series of all time. A lot of people hold this true and dear and, you know, close to their heart and stuff. And I can understand why. I just don't love it as much as most people do. I just think it's a really damn good series that has a lot to offer. So this has 5 discs. It's on Blu-ray, so I'm happy it's on Blu-ray. And I think this is the redub because there's like the original dub and then Netflix dubbed it. So I think this is the Netflix dub. And it doesn't have the Fly Me to the Moon stuff because of like I don't know, not copyright stuff, but the licensing stuff. But I'm gonna be honest, from what I've heard, I think the Netflix dub is better than the original dub for the show. And I think I like the dub more than I like it subbed because I watched this sub afterwards. I'll get to that in a sec. Yeah, I think I like the Netflix dub more than the original dub because the original dub sounds too goofy. Now, apparently, the Netflix dub is supposed to be closer to the actual to like the actual script. But if I could, I'd like to watch it original dub just to see how it feels like. But I like the voice of Shinji more in the Netflix dub from what I've seen. So yeah, this has the complete original series of Neon Genesis Evangelion, then Evangelion Death True Squared, which I think is just like a cut up version of some of the episodes to watch before, to like a summarization basically to watch, I think before the end of Evangelion, which is the movie. Yeah, I think that's it. I finally opened this up when I went to watch the whole series as a sub because they were re-releasing the end of Evangelion in theaters for a while. And I said, yeah, let's do that. So I watched so many episodes in a few days. And then I had to stop like before the last 3 episodes or something. To watch the end of Evangelion because the end of Evangelion is supposed to replace like the last 3 episodes of the series, I think. because I guess fans were upset at the original ending of the show. So Hideaki Anno, is that his name? Is that the name of the guy who created the show? I feel bad for not knowing his name. Gotta look this up. Fun fact: he also directed Shin Godzilla. Hideaki Anno. Yeah, that's him. So, anyways, yeah, I guess he basically made the end of Evangelion to appease people who didn't like the original ending of the show. I think that's how the story goes. Um, I still like the show. I just wish it was explained a little better, like in the show, because there's a lot of points where I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? Who are these people? What do they actually want to do? Why do they want to do this very specific thing? How did this actually happen in the past? Yada yada. I don't care. I could totally watch the show again because I still think it's a really damn good show. Next, we have Only Yesterday from Isao Takahata. Wasn't released in the States until 2016, I think, because of the subject matter mainly involving, I think, the character starting her period. Is that what happens? It's been a while since I've seen it. But I still think it's a pretty sweet film. A lot about growing up, a lot about what you want in life, a lot about what you want to do in life. It's a very stylized film because a lot of the scenes that take place in the past are kind of fuzzy on the corners to give us the sense that, oh, this is in the past. It's not super crisp, or not crisp, but it's not like a full frame like it is in the present time. And what I like about this film is that the main character, she's not seen as like super attractive, super skinny. There's some moments where she looks a little pudgy. I really like that about this. So like anyone can kind of fit in her shoes. It's from 1991. I can't believe it took so long for it to get to the States. But yeah, I'm glad I watched this. I think it's really sweet. I'd really like to watch it again, mainly for the ending. I like the ending. It's a lot about like finding your inner child, never letting go of your innocence. It's a lot of stuff, but I'd really like to watch it again at some point. Then we got a film I haven't seen yet, but I wanted to find it. But I found it because it was pretty cheap at Barnes and Noble. Paprika from Satoshi Kon. I think it is the. I don't know if he's only directed the three films: Perfect Blue and Tokyo Godfathers. Let me check real quick. Gotta go to my diary and letterbox back to when I watched Tokyo Godfathers. Look up Satoshi Kon. His movies. It looks like. Oh, it's four. There's also Millennium Actress. Forgot about that. Sort of like a spiritual sequel to Perfect Blue. So I've only seen Perfect Blue and Tokyo Godfathers. I saw Perfect Blue in theaters when it re-released with my buddy. I thought it was pretty cool. Then I watched Tokyo Godfathers back in January. I know it's more of a Christmas movie because it takes place on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. But it was cheap. It said 20% off and it was $20. So I was like, okay, let's pick it up. I've heard good things about it. People say Inception ripped it off. I know that's not the case, but I thought, okay, why not? I've never seen it before, but I don't have a whole lot to say. Just that I want to watch it eventually. I heard it's really cool. Next, we have Ponyo. Funny story about me actually buying this. It took me forever to find this because I found it once at a Barnes& and Noble and I didn't pick it up because I was like, oh, I'll get it later. And then I couldn't find it for so damn long. So one day I was out with my family, like a bunch of my family. We all had to talk about something pretty serious. And I was so upset with them. I was so upset with everyone that when I left, I went to Barnes & Noble and I said, I'm going to pick up a movie. And I found this and I said, fuck yeah. So I picked up Ponyo in anger from my family. um, but yeah, it was one of the harder ones for me to find after that because I'm working on building up my Ghibli Steelbook collection. Ponyo, what can you say? It's like the most cutesy, it's the most accessible Ghibli film. Although I think it gets kind of slow in the second half, but it looks fantastic. I love the score from Joe Hisaishi. Um, the mom from Ponyo is a very reckless driver. I love that about that character. Um, what's the kid's name? What's the little boy's name in Ponyo who has the fucked up haircut? Like that mom should go to jail for that kid's fucked up haircut. Sasuke, right? That kid's haircut's so fucked up, man. Come on. I would never let that is a punishment for a child. Matt Damon's in the movie. Liam Neeson's in the movie. Betty White's in the movie. Tina Fey is in the movie. Um, Noah Cyrus is Ponyo. Yeah. As the dub. I like this. I love this movie. It's not my favorite. I love it, but I don't think it's like one of the best Ghibli movies. It's a little slow. That's all I'll say. It's slow, but I still really enjoy Ponyo. Because it's just so damn cute. What can you say? Next we have Porco Rosso, another gift from my buddy. Another Hayao Miyazaki movie. Um, I really enjoy Porco Rosso. Animation's great. It's fun. I love the flying sequences. I don't know what more I can say besides it's really cool and Michael Keaton's cool in it. I think he was the second dub because I think there was an original dub and then they did it again. I think once Disney acquired the distribution rights in the States. So I know Michael Keaton's the dub for Porco Rosso. I really like this. Also, some of these Ghibli films have like these little booklets in it. Um, One of them is just like, here's our Blu-ray and SteelBook collection. So, out of the SteelBooks I know that there are, I'm missing The Cat Returns, a Ghibli film I really like, Castle in the Sky, a film I haven't seen yet, and Totoro. And there's also Earwig and the Witch. I think there's more like Mary and the Witch. I don't know if that's Ghibli or not, but I think it's part of the collection. And when Marnie was there, I know that's a steelbook that they have. Yeah, some of these have like these other little booklets too that have some pictures, some stuff from the director and producers and stuff. I just think it's neat. Not all of them I have them, which is kind of a shame. But it's not the end of the world. Yeah. I like Porco Rosso though. It's been a while since I've seen it. I'd like to rewatch it again. Just really fun. All the flying sequences are amazing. I love the Porco Rosso character. I like the pirate characters too. They're really cool. Next we have, damn, I gotta watch this. It's been a while since I've seen it. This is the Tale of the Princess Kaguya. I watched this, I think, last year. Let me check real quick. Yeah, this is the Tale of the Princess Kaguya, the last film from Isao Takahata. Let me go back in my letterboxd real quick to my lists and my Ghibli list to see when I last watched The Tale of the Princess Kaguya. September 2023. Okay. So September 2023 when I last watched it. I was home for some stuff and my little sister said she wanted to watch an anime film with me. I said, sure. So I threw on The Tale of the Princess Kaguya and she sat down for it for the most part. She was a little restless here and there. It is kind of a long movie and there are some sections where I think it drags a little or it's just a little too slow, but I think this is one of the most damn stylized, well thought out anime films ever. It's incredible. There are some amazing sequences in it. It looks great. The animation style is so damn unique. I love this movie. And it's a shame that it lost Best Animated Feature that year to Big Hero 6. Now, I was upset that the Lego Movie was never nominated. I'm more upset that Big Hero 6 won over this. Now, I like Big Hero 6 enough, but my love for it has kind of not withered, but just like it's good. I like it, but this is art. This is stunning, and I haven't opened it yet, but I picked it up knowing that I can have this movie forever. I'd like to get regular Blu-rays too, but I think the SteelBooks just look nicer. Next we have, it's red, so I'm assuming this is Princess Mononoke. Yes, this is Princess Mononoke, directed by oh shit, double shit, triple shit, Hayao Miyazaki. This was supposed to be one of his last films he directed. Then he did Spirited Away afterwards because he's like, oh, I can never retire. I love Princess Mononoke. I think it is one of the best Ghibli films. I have it as the second best Ghibli film ever. I think Spirited Away is their best Ghibli film, and then it's Princess Mononoke. It is spectacular. It's stunning. I love how violent and bloody it is too. The score's great. I love the themes behind it, and it doesn't take a side like, oh, we gotta protect nature at all costs. They also say like, hey, industrialism's kind of cool. What's great, you can make all these cool things, but don't fuck up nature. So it's like a middle ground like that. I think this film is just absolutely stunning, and it brought me to tears at the end because of like the beautiful sequences that happened at the very end, and I was just like, oh my god, the music and everything. Oh my god, I love this film. It's great. Mononoke is a badass. Next we have one of my favorite films of all time, and also I wanted to point out that Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, Kiki's Delivery Service, Girl of the Fireflies, those are in my favorite movies list as well. But this is special to me. This is A Silent Voice, directed by Naoko Yamada. Damn, this is such a special film to me. I picked this up in early 2023, and I've watched it numerous times over the years. Over the 2 damn years since I've picked this up. But damn, I think it's incredibly well made. I think it's storyboarded excellently. There's so much intent in like every choice made, whether it be the music, the framing. I'm working on a video for this. I'm working on a script. I want to do a little in-depth review of this. It's basically just me like explaining the plot mostly, and bringing up what I like about during the plot. I'm like going in depth in the plot, but there's so much to talk about in this film, and it has one of my favorite scores of all time from Kensuke Ushio. I think that's the composer's name. Let me see. Yeah, Kensuke Ushio. He also collaborated with Naoko Yamada for The Colors Within, her new film. Yeah. Is that right? Yes. So, and I felt like such a badass knowing that he composed the score for it, because I'm watching it and I'm hearing the score and I'm going, oh, that kind of sounds like Kensuke Ushio's score for Silent Voice. Like a lot of very similar things he's doing. And then when the film ended and I saw his name, I go, damn it, I knew it. This guy's a badass. And I just listened to that score the other day too. I think it's really good. But this score is beautiful, fantastic. I missed my chance to rewatch this in theaters when it got re-released on like back in December. And I wish I went to go watch it because I think this film is beautiful. It's so thought-provoking, and it's such a tragic and sweet, uplifting, bittersweet story. I love the characters. I love the themes. It looks fantastic. So, A Silent Voice. Please watch. It's based on the manga of the same name. Koi no Katachi, I think is the name of it. The manga, at least. And I know it differs from the manga. There's a lot of different plot points in the manga, and I'd actually like to pick up the manga and read it because I've never read a manga. I've never owned a manga, and if it would be one, I'd like to start off with this. Damn, I love the characters. It's very cute. I love the relationship between Shoya and Shoko. Shoya and Shoko, yeah. I love the relationship between them. It's just a really sweet movie. So please go watch that movie if you haven't. I think this is Spirited Away. Yes, Spirited Away. Hayao Miyazaki's, I think, his best film. I think it's the best Ghibli film. I think it's the best animated film of all time. I think it's one of the best films of all time. And my friend pointed it out. He said he didn't like the idea that No Face was the cover for it. I can agree with him in a sense, but it would just be Sen on the cover though. Chihiro though on the cover. But I do like No Face being here though. Like I like it, but I don't like it. But I like it still. Spirited Away. It's one of the most important. It possibly is the most important film in my life to me. I remember watching it as a kid with my sister and brother, mainly my sister. It would be raining outside. We'd have a little cube TV, and we'd have it turn on to Spirited Away on Toonami. And it was because it was always on Toonami, Spirited Away. And I remember watching it going, this looks so different from the other cartoons that I've seen. Because I didn't know what anime was back then. I just thought they were cartoons. Like, this doesn't look like SpongeBob or Courage the Cowardly Dog or Codename Kid Next Door or Kim Possible or whatever. This looks so different and weird and interesting. And I was always horrified by the pig scene when her parents are eating the food. I thought it looked cool, and then they turned to pigs. I go, holy shit, what is this? And then she works at a bathhouse, and then there's the spirit that needs to get washed. Then No Face eats everyone. Then the dragon, and then she goes to Yubaba's sister's house, and then she goes back. There's all the pigs, and then she says none of them are her parents. And then she goes back to the real world. Oh my god. I love this film so much. It's one of those movies where it's more than just a movie to me. And again, I could watch this, over and over again. I have no issue with this film at all. I think it's perfect in every way. It's stunning. It's regarded as one of the best films of all time, and I think people would agree that it's the best anime film of all time. The best animated film of all time as well. Yeah, I have this. No one can ever take it away from me. It's beautiful. But it's something special. This movie means so much to me. And my sister has a Spirited Away tattoo on her. It's Chihiro and what's his name? Why can't I think of his name right now? Hold on, give me a sec. It's Chihiro and Haku walking. She has a tattoo of that, and it's like that movie. It's like that to her as well. Like, she has such a strong memory of us watching this film together, and she loves this film. And I remember over the years it would be on Toonami, and then it wasn't in my mind for a while, and then I got to high school, and I saw someone with like a sticker or something of it, and I said, what's that movie? Because I remember watching it when I was a kid. And then my friend said Spirited Away, because of course there were other people who were more into anime than I was at the time, And so I remember one day in high school, I was just a little bored, so I used my sister's laptop and I watched Spirited Away one day. And I found some website that had it online. This is before streaming was all the mighty being it was today. And I'm watching it, I'm going, holy shit, this movie still kicks ass. I remember so much about it. And then it was a few years since I haven't seen it again. Then I watched it back in like 2020, I think. And then just over the years, I've been watching it, picked up the physical copy because I needed it. I needed this film. So yeah, this is just one of those important films I think that I needed to have. This is so important to me. It's more than a film to me. It's an experience. We're down to the last two films. This one I was really excited to see in theaters, and I was really excited to own. Suzume. I love this film. I saw it in IMAX in theaters. I was so happy to see it in IMAX. Makoto Shinkai is the director of this film. He did Your Name. A lot of films he does are with like natural disaster stuff. I remember seeing the trailers for it. I thought, damn, this looks kind of cool. We won't get in this. I don't think we got in the States for a while though. Yeah, we didn't get it in the States for a while, which sucked. But we got it in 2023, and when I saw they were releasing it in IMAX, I said, "Holy shit, I got to see this in IMAX." An anime film released in IMAX? No way. So I went to go see it, loved it, loved the score. It looks great. It was fun. It was imaginative. I love the character who turns into a chair. What the fuck? He's a chair the whole movie. I love that. He's just a little kitty chair. I love what it. There wasn't like really like a super deep message. I think from what I remember, it was just like a really cool story. And whatever themes there were not like the focal point of the film. I think it was just more so about Suzume's journey. But I love this. The front cover is her and the other character, I can't remember his name, walking through the door. And for some reason, she has the door in her hand, but they're not supposed to be, or whatever. And then the back of it is like one of the posters for it originally. I think it's just Suzume with the chair with the door behind her. I wouldn't have minded at all if it was just like the door. There was like an old poster where it's just the door. I love this film. I think it's great. My sister texted me one day. She goes, "Dude, have you seen Suzume?" I called her. I video chatted her, and then when she picked up, she was crying. She was like, I'm like, and I was holding it up. I said, "Yes, I've seen Suzume. I love this film. I have it on Blu-ray, SteelBook." So yeah, I'm happy I have this. It's incredible. I watched it dub. I watched it sub when I went to see it in IMAX. Then I watched it dub at home, and I think it translates pretty well. In case you were wondering about it, if you wanted to watch the movie, why isn't this inside? Oh, it's too big. Yeah, a lot of these movies come with like these little sleeves, and for some reason, I don't want to throw them away because I think they look really cool, and sometimes they don't fit inside, which is a bummer because I don't want the paper to be bended. So I just kind of keep it at the end of it. All right, now we're on to the final film I have in this collection and my little. Let's talk about the movies that I have. I have more DVDs and stuff, but they're not as interesting to talk about as the Blu-rays and stuff that I have because there's only a few of them I really care about. My auntie gave them to me before I moved down here back in 2021. And there's some movies in there that I like. There's like this trilogy set. It's Back to School, Weekend at Bernie's, and Bachelor Party, which is just a really cool combo of movies together. And then there's Legally Blonde. I was like, oh, I knew I got to take these movies. Like, hell yeah, I'll take them. Because I've already seen Legally Blonde before. I didn't see Bachelor Party. I saw snippets of Weekend at Bernie's here and there. But she said, "Hey, take you want these movies? I'm not gonna really use them." I said, "Sure, I'll take them." So there's a bunch other in there that I haven't gone through yet, but I'll go through eventually. But anyways, let's talk about the last film I have. This is, and my girlfriend got this one for me. Yeah, my girlfriend got this one for me. Whisper of the Heart. I think this is her favorite Ghibli film. Um, I really like it. It has I love what it has to say about art. I love what it has to say about passion. Um, it's really fun, and I like the score for it a lot. Um, it's one of I think it is one of my favorite Ghibli films. It's really sweet. I love what it has to say. I love the dynamic between the main characters, how they both look up to each other. Um, it's just a really cool movie, and it gave us The Cat Returns, a spin-off of it based on like the cat statue that the main character writes about in the movie, and I love The Cat Returns. It's so simple. It's like an hour long, and I remember after watching The Cat Returns, my little sister turned to me. She says, "That was the best movie I've seen in my life." All right, no, I think she said, "That is my best movie I've seen in my life." And I go, "Oh my god, she likes it. That's so cool." But anyways, Whisper of the Heart. I really like this film. It's cute. It's sweet, and I like that it's purple. I don't know why it's purple. I don't think purple's really a color that comes up a lot in the film, but I like that it's purple. If you haven't seen Whisper of the Heart, give it a shot. It's really cute. I like what it has to say. So yeah, that's basically it. All right, so that is my collection of Blu-rays, of SteelBooks, of whatever two 4K movies that I have, three 4K movies that I have. Yeah, that's it. And I hope you guys had a good time listening to me talk about stupid movie shit like this. It's been a while since I made a video. I just wanted to talk about some dumb movie stuff, and I think this is gonna be a pretty long video. Just explaining what movies I have, my experience with those movies, and hopefully you guys have seen some of them. And if you haven't, hopefully I coerced you into giving them a shot because I love all these movies that I have. I don't think I have a movie except Dirty Dancing, and I go, I didn't like that. Yeah, I love movies, and I love having these physical movies. No one can take this away from me. These are mine forever, and only until disc rot becomes a big issue, that's when I'll cry about it. But for now, I have them, and no one can take them away from me. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me what some of your favorite movies you have as a physical copy are, and I'll be back with more enjoyable content like this. So, yeah, bye.